Toastmasters and most welcome guests. Before I start my speech, I would like all of you to ask yourself a little question. How do your parents live their lives when you are far away from home? Recently, one of my friends has trouble getting along with her parents, for her parents always treat her like an innocent and naive girl. She got pissed off. Come on, I'm an adult. I'm responsible for my own behaviors, and why don't you two just stop worrying and leave me alone? Frankly, that's how I used to regard the parental love that I received. After I read a widespread article on BBS World, I changed my own viewpoints from head to toe. It is now. How do your parents live their lives when you're far away from home? In my senior high, I often quarreled with my parents, especially my mother. At that time, the sharp collision between me and her often made us cry and sob in the dead of the night. At that time, I wondered, for the mutual love that could not be denied, why do we always end up in confronting and prosecution? Unfortunately, this question was not solved until I entered NTU, come to Taipei for college study. At first, I feel excited because I'm totally free from my parents' control. I could do whatever I want without being infringed. I could sleep until the gentle sunshine woke me up instead of the annoying clock. At that time, I thought to myself, how nice it would be if I could spend all my life in the paradise. However, after the time goes, I found myself gradually ill. I got homesick. After the hustling semester, I rushed home to Kaohsiung and wondering my parents and their lives if they're okay. When I opened the gate, I was deeply astonished, for the house became so cold and quiet, just like there are hundreds of ghosts wandering here, there. I asked my parents, how come it would be? They replied in a dim voice, since you and your sister are both in college, we've lost our previous life center. The house became terribly tranquil, as if there will be no laughter again, as if there will be no sunshine again. Your dad and I, in order to fight against this kind of emptiness out of our absence, so we went to Carrefour, purchased a large amount of your favorite CDs and MP3s, played it all the day, as if you would return home sooner or later, not far away in Taipei City, without any informations. While we're far away from home, we could participate in as many activities as we could. On the contrast, our parents' life is just like a photograph taken on the day of reunion. It gets fainter and fainter in the fast pavement of time. They watch us from a little baby who tries scramble and stumble toward the future. They feel reluctant to let us go, but instead, they choose to look after us instead of intervene us. They choose to let us prosper us. They choose to comfort us when we're in trouble. Whenever we return home, we will know that our parents will open their arms and ready to offer the sympathies and solve the problems that we encountered. I shared this story and my experience to Linda, and Linda replied with her unforgettable experience. She said, when the August comes to the end, her father grew depressed, for his beloved daughter is going to depart from him, flying overseas to study in Taipei. He made a calendar of his own, just right before the semester started. With the days goes by, the calendar became thinner and thinner. The date of the reunion became closer and closer. Because of the love, they would never stop their caring for us. Because of love, they shoulder the responsibility. They shoulder the sweetest burden in the world, us. And you know, behind hazel eyes, the love they conceal is much, much more than we could perceive. Behind hazel eyes, I could deeply feel what they felt, the reluctance for us to leave, the emptiness of our departure. Behind hazel eyes, the greatest love could even cross the barrier between life and death. Sometimes we're too busy finding the answer through our lives. Maybe what we should do is to look back on where we started, to see through our parents' absent-minded smile. Maybe we will find the answer just behind the hazel eyes. Contest chair.